What is up, YouTube? How's it going, guys? It's Monday. It's pretty nice outside, being very honest with you. A lot cooler than it looks. It's like 50 something degrees, but it's nice and sunny out. But slept pretty good last night. Woke up with a bit of a sore throat. When I first started talking this morning, my voice was pretty much gone. I thought I was in for a whole big rough day, and I also go back to work today starting around noon. So I thought it was going to be rough if I had to talk to patients all day with a sore throat, and luckily my voice got much better. I don't feel sick besides just the little bit of scratch in my throat, you could say. But I don't have any like fevers or chills or like the achy joints and that kind of stuff you typically get. And so I'm training today. I do get like questions sometimes of what days should you take off the gym. When you're feeling, most of the questions is directed towards like if you're feeling overly sore, do you train the body part again? But I think it's important to mention the other times when missing the gym is appropriate. Despite how much you love training and all that kind of stuff, here's my philosophy. If it is a very localized infection, if you have like sinus congestion, or if you have just a sore throat, or if you have just runny nose, even like a slight cough, obviously do your best to make sure you're not spreading that onto other people, number one. But if you feel fine, if you don't have like the full body chills, if you don't have the full body body achiness, if you don't have fevers, if you don't have that just like whole body fatigue and just poor recovery, poor sleep, everything like that, that is when you don't skip the gym. If you only have the localized symptoms, that's the way I think about it, at least. Obviously, you can do whatever you want, but because if you aren't feeling well and it's so systemic that you're not going to be recovering well, and even if your workouts are not limited, meaning like you're still able to get things done, maybe just take a couple more minutes between sets to recover and whatnot, you might feel like you are having a good workout, sure, but sorry, you're like a turnaround thing here. It's kind of a busy place to be sometimes. During the workout you might feel fine, but it's the recovery aspect. If you are not able to sleep at night because you're just so congested and all mucousy, you can't clear it up, you're like doing a lot of mouth breathing, you're doing a lot of just can't get comfortable at night, if you're like fluctuating between like the fevers and the night sweats, all that kind of stuff, you're not going to be sleeping well. You're going to wake up the next morning and feeling not good. You're going to be not recovered, to say the least. And not only does that put you in a spot where you're not better than the day before, but you're also probably a little bit worse. If you hit your muscle hard and you're training them, what that is muscle breakdown. That's all muscle hypertrophy is. That's what bodybuilding is. That's what lifting in the gym is in general. You are damaging your muscles by doing exercises. You're purposely doing it to break down the muscle fibers, damage them in a way that when they recover, your body recovers them to where they were, and then plus some a little bit, so that they're prepared for the next time you go and damage them again. So all the recovery takes place is during eating and sleeping. Vast majority of it being sleeping. Now, you got to obviously give your body the nutrition, the building blocks to build back up again, obviously. But sleeping is where the magic actually happens of where that rebuilding takes place and everything. That might be why you hit, like, one day you hit like legs really hard, killing it in the gym. You're just like kind of walking weird afterwards. You're like, oh, I'm gonna feel so sore tomorrow. And then for those of you that have been in like high school and college, it's like a Friday night. You go out and hang out with your friends and do whatever activity. It's late night. You didn't sleep well. Next morning you wake up, you're like, oh, I don't feel that sore. Actually, that must have not that bad a workout. Then later that day, you get home from the shenanigans with your friends and all that kind of stuff. Maybe you spent the night somewhere. I don't know. Maybe you take a nap, or even the next night you wake up and you're like, I can't even get out of bed. I feel like I'm cramping in all my legs just because I just laying here. I can't do anything. That's the part where you're in the middle of recovery and you didn't get to sleep beforehand to really get your body in the right setting to even start to repair. But either way, so that's my philosophy of when you should train and when you shouldn't train. Essentially, if it's systemic infection, if it's affecting everything, I don't think you're going to be doing too much benefit there. But physiology-wise, if you're working out hard in the gym, sometimes that's enough to drive some sympathetic drive, and then it causes your nasal congestion to go away. It can make your headache better. It can do a whole bunch of other stuff where it's beneficial. Like, not only is it beneficial in the sense that working out is good for you, yes, but also you feel better than if you would have if you stayed home, because you get some relief from your congestion or whatnot. So that's my take on it. I have a bad habit when I'm talking on the camera here. I don't remember a workout, and then I get to the gym and I'm kind of chug this pre-workout, sits in my belly or whatnot. So got my hydraulic, 2 scoops of hydraulic. I am finishing up the old formula of hydraulic, so this is not the brand new one that's reformulated. I have a couple of tubs of the old hydraulic left over, so that stuff is insane. I would not double scoop that even at 240 pounds. But anyways, I double scoop this, the hydraulic 2.0, like the older formula, with 1 scoop of intake, which is their moderate stim pre-workout, and then my creatine. So that's all in this jug right here. Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine doing double scoop of the hydraulic, the newest formula, and then a scoop of intake on top of it. I've done just double scoops of hydraulic, like the first time I tried it. I have a video of it actually, but like my forearms were so pumped just from the hydraulic alone that it was like it hurt my workout, in the sense that I couldn't grab anything to keep pulling. So I had to like end that workout a little bit early, just because I'm like, okay, well, my forearms are definitely shot. I can't do much of a pulling exercise. I don't have my wraps with me that time. And now I still have my little elbow tendonitis, not elbow tendonitis, but medical term is medial epicondylitis. Your medial epicondyle is the tendon that's on the inside of your elbow here. And it's getting better, slowly getting better, but I'm still gonna be wearing my wraps today. And for anyone that's had a tendon injury or even a little, nothing too severe, a little strain or something like that, not like a tear or anything, but they can be a real pain in the butt to get healed all the way. But that's all I really got for right now. Oh, something else I was getting to. If your nasal congestion's so bad, like you can't wear your CPAP, for those of you that are CPAP wearers like myself, You know how miserable your sleep is. I've said this in previous videos. I'll say it again. If you're sleeping bad, you're waking up still unrefreshed and still with headaches, gotta take naps throughout the day to get recovered. Those still aren't like providing good recovery. Get a sleep study. If you're a bigger person, and even I see in the hospital all the time, even not big people, like people that are like normal BMIs, they have sleep apnea, and so it can affect anyone. Obviously, the bigger you are, the more likely it is to affect you. But if you snore a lot, if you're waking up with headaches, if you're waking up just poorly rested, those are some good signs to maybe talk to your primary care doctor about getting a sleep study. Anyways, the way mine works, I only have the nasal pillows, so essentially it just goes over the nose. It doesn't cover my mouth like the old school masks do. But if your nose is so congested you can't breathe, what's that doing? You know, that is not doing anything for your nose. Like, if you're so congested the air isn't getting through your nose, that's not helping you at all. That's not providing that continuous positive airway pressure. That's what the CPAP stands for, by the way. Instead, you're just getting air blown on your congested nasal passages, but the air is not getting through down into your lungs. And you're just breathing through your mouth. And so, and anyone that has been on a CPAP for long enough, you know the nights where you wake up, you're like, oh, I didn't wear my CPAP last night. I still feel terrible. You know, like a dry, mucousy mouth because you've been mouth breathing all night. You wake up a ton throughout the night. Or even if you don't subconsciously wake up, you don't feel rested because your body will wake you up at those times. Quick little physiology here. When you fall asleep, the muscles of your tongue and your throat relax. If you have a lot of weight on them, as in being a bigger person, holding on more adipose tissue, even have a larger tongue, things like that. When those muscles relax, they fall to the back of your throat. That blocks off the airway. It's not an oxygen issue. You don't need to wear oxygen at night, like the nasal cannula of oxygen. You need something that has high pressure to keep that soft tissue from folding in on itself. It's a obstruction issue, not an oxygen issue. I see all the time in the hospital, there'll be patients that kind of will desaturate overnight, their oxygen levels will go down. But it's not because they just need more oxygen. Well, it is. But it's not because they're just hypoxic. It's because they have an obstruction. The soft tissue is folding in on itself. You can give 100% oxygen to them for a whole night. Might help a tiny bit when they actually take like some deep breaths that gets past the obstruction. But what really fixes the issue is just applying positive pressure to keep that airway open the whole time. Getting back to where I was. If you have that issue where you need to wear a CPAP to get good sleep, and you can't because your nose is so congested, you're in trouble, dude. You're not sleeping well no matter what. The only time that I have noted, like sometimes when I fall asleep, I don't know if I was consciously do it at the time, but I don't remember it in the morning. Take my mask off or whatever at night. I wake up. The only time I actually can get some decent sleep at all from a breathing perspective is laying on my stomach with my head only my forehead on the pillow. That way I'm providing a little bit of space for me to breathe still. And it makes sense to me because if you fall asleep, if you're laying on your stomach, your muscles can't fall back to your throat to obstruct. So they do kind of stay out of the way still. But then, being a bigger person, sleeping on your stomach is not a fun time. It's not a good time. Like, you wake up in weird positions, your back is killing you, your arm is asleep, your whatever. So that's my little little rant here about when to actually train, when you're sick, and when not to. Yeah, hey, I'm not sure what happened there with the video. Kind of just cut off there. But I'm gonna start trying to do something. I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm gonna try and stick with it. Obviously, I am only human, so I'll see if I can remember. Maybe I'll set alarms for it or something. But every day I'm gonna try to give. I'll try to give like either a fitness or a nutrition tip, to kind of help people's general questions, or even just things that people don't typically think about. I am blessed with the experience that I've had in life, where I am a competitive amateur bodybuilder, but as well as a board certified internal medicine physician. So there's some stuff that I do know that I think would be helpful for other people to know. But I'll start off with one that's not super complex. But when people think of bodybuilding diet, they think of the chicken and the rice, and maybe some ground beef, maybe some white fish if you're in contest prep, and all that kind of stuff. Which is fine. That's where the protein is. Rice is a great source of carbohydrates, but you're missing something. Now, it's not the macronutrients; it's the micronutrients. So what I try to do, at the very minimum, sometimes there's days where you kind of have to make meals up as you go along. At the very minimum, very, very minimum, try and get a meal with one serving vegetable in it, and then one fruit. It doesn't have to be the same meal, but just that alone can provide you with enough micronutrients to get you in a good spot. Ones that are in my diet all the time will either be a serving of green beans, or serving of broccoli, cauliflower, carrots. There's like a medley mix. For fruit, I do kind of a mix up. I do pineapple. I should do 2 servings of fruit normally, but I usually do pineapple with my dinner meal. One, pineapple is delicious. It's like one of the sweetest fruit there is, just naturally. But 2, it also has a protein in it that helps break down, or I should say an enzyme, which is a protein, that helps break down other proteins. Not only is it like a little bit acidic in nature, like the pH of it, but it also has that protein in there to help break down your foods, and makes it just easier to kind of digest there. So I'll do pineapple with one meal, and then blueberries or strawberries, or I'll even do mangoes. Mangoes are a little bit more calorie dense, so maybe not great for people on like in diet mode, where you're on a limited number of calories, like a low number of calories. In that case, I would use like strawberries. Strawberries are actually very low calories for how much volume you get. But yeah, it's not that hard, guys. Just at the minimum, do a veggie and a fruit a day, and try to mix it up. And every day, will you hit every micronutrient? Maybe not. But if you keep switching it up, there's going to be some fruit that have some nutrients, and some vegetables that have some nutrients that the other ones don't. So give yourself a good variety. That's not hard to do, dude. Sam's Club makes big bags of frozen green beans, which I recommend, by the way. They're great. Throw in the microwave for like 6 minutes or something like that. They come out fully cooked, fully done, perfect. Same thing with their medley. I think you might have to cook that one on like a sheet pan or something. No, you should be able to steam it, or just microwave it. And then the fruit, dude, buy frozen fruit. You don't have to do not buy fresh, because it'll just go bad before you finish it, especially if you buy like the big bags of it. But it's not hard, man. Keep it simple. People try to complicate things so much. Does it have to be organic? No. No, it doesn't. The term organic means very little in the grand scheme of things. But pulling up to the gym, getting in there, we're going to do some back. This is my pull number 1, and let's get to it. So I'll see you in there, guys. All right. Oh, that's too high. Let's do it. Oh.
Good morning, YMC members and guests. Kay Melton, please come to the front desk. Kay Melton.
All right. Oh, man. Feeling heavy today. All right, let's have this. Okay. All right. Pull downs are taken, so we'll figure something else out. All right. So this was the next issue on my list I was opening. So kind of just turns out this is what I'm doing next. Either way, this machine is usually always crowded, so I'll see what I can get. Nope. Way too light. Just had to shed the pump cover here. Alright, outside of this, then we'd love to get some single arm pull downs. Followed by some biceps, followed by some cardio, and then to finish it all up, some GTFO. As in, let's get out of here. Get some shower on me, cleaned up, get off to work. But little steps at a time. Alright.
We also had
Alright, so the other pull downs and rows are taking right now. I'm not gonna stop my workout just to wait for those. So on to biceps and I'll go back to the other stuff. Whew. Okay, so I was gonna do like a cable one arm pull down, but that's been taking for a while, so I'm not gonna wait here any longer for that. So kind of makeshifting my own, get the position I want, with the hand grip I want, the line of pull. So lean off to one side a little bit.
How much is that?
Still not perfect the way it's lined up, but I need to pull do this movement. I need to get out of here. So maybe I need to lighten up here. All right, last set of this, then cardio, and then I'm done. Let's get to it. I already finished my biceps. I did my rear pec deck. Feeling good, man. Feeling like I'm done.
Hey, you're good. Okay, buddy. I'll work that down. You got
All right, guys, that's enough for today. About to hit some cardio, get out of here. As always, eat big, sleep big, get big, be the light, pass it on. Till next time, guys. See ya.